Hey guys, Tom Ledeen here. Today we are going to talk about dyeing mesh. I am going to show you how to get a clean, simple Argyle mesh with no bleed. Let's go.
Red Star Lacrosse. Grow the game and treat it well.
You're naughty.
I'm the dude, man.
When I first figured it out a few years ago, I got a lot of emails every day. And now, years later, I still get a couple a week. People are always asking, how do you do Argyle? How do you do stripes? How do you do this, that, and the other thing? But nobody's asking, the right question. And the right question isn't how you make the designs, it's what you put on the mesh. What are you putting on the mesh? Obviously, it's not RIT dye. RIT dye is sort of the default when it comes to dyeing and lacrosse because it's what we all use on lacrosse heads. But RIT dye is good for dyeing a full piece of mesh, doing a fade, half the mesh. But that's it. You can't do any of this stuff with RIT dye. What I stumbled on first was screen printing ink. Now, this has its limitations, and I figured that out real quick. You have to mix it down, or otherwise it's too thick, like a t-shirt. You wouldn't want that on your mesh. You don't want to feel the dye. So this, I had to add a fixative, and I had to heat set it, and it was a whole thing. So if you've got all the tools for screen printing, try it. If not, let's go another approach. I then found this, which is called fabric paint. This is tulip fabric paint, and it's okay. It comes with a spray, which I don't use. I used a paintbrush when I was testing all my research and figuring it out, and this is all right. But the different colors are different. So one color might be real thick, one color might be thin. Plus, depending on how long it's sat on the shelf, sometimes the water evaporates and makes a thicker paint. So you have to do a lot of mixing down with water usually. You mix too much and it bleeds. You don't mix enough, it's too thick on the mesh. An okay product. You can find it at Michael's. It's a great way to start. I mentioned paintbrush. That's how I'm going to show you how to do it today. We're going to use a paintbrush. It takes about 15 minutes to do this. Not bad at all. If you are selling hundreds of pieces a week, it's probably not the best way to do it. But if you're making a piece for yourself or a couple of your teammates or buddies, whatever, it works. When I was making a lot of dyed mesh, I had a system where I would use a jig and mask off parts I wanted white, spray it on there with a spraying system, and it took about 3 to 5 minutes for a piece like this. Yeah, and then maybe more than that when I'm talking about the heat setting, which I did. I put 10 pieces on my heat press at once, set the ink, and so maybe 5 minutes a piece, all told. Not too bad. But today, I'm going to show you the easy way that anyone can do, and it's very simple, and it'll take you about 15 minutes. The product that I use, still, I mix it with other products to get a good mix for my spraying system, but this is Jacquard Textile Color. So it doesn't say paint, it doesn't say dye, it's textile color for natural and synthetic fabrics. This stuff is awesome. So right out of the bottle, it's thick. You won't want to put it on your mesh like this because you'll feel it. It'll feel weird, it'll feel too thick. So I mix it down with water. This won't last forever. If you are dyeing on soft mesh that you then wax, it'll lock that color in pretty well, but it's gonna get real dirty before the color fades off. And the colors will fade, but wax mesh gets so dirty because it grabs dirt and just hangs onto it. Dyeing a soft mesh and then waxing it, that's fine. You can even dye a soft mesh and not wax it. That's fine too. The only thing you can't do is dye mesh that is already waxed. So don't buy an old East Coast dyes or a ECM black or Throne Light. I think there's wax in Throne Light. You can't dye those. Okay, so let's get started. I will show you how it's done. All right, so first thing we need is a surface. I use this little blue tabletop, and to protect it, I use a piece of plexiglass. Then obviously we need a piece of mesh. This is the new Red Star Performance Mesh. It's a poly mesh and it is awesome. So it's coming out real soon. Depending on when this video is posted, maybe it's already out, but you should buy some. If you put it directly on the mesh, it will be a little thick, but if you add too much, say water is what I use to mix it down, it'll bleed. So not too much water, but you definitely have to mix it down a little bit. You're also gonna need paper towels. Paper towels because it gets pretty messy and you need to dab it off. If you don't dab, you're gonna make a big mess. You're gonna get it all over the parts of the mesh you don't want it to. Alright guys, so that's it. That's how you dye mesh. Really, it's not hard. It's that's funny. I mean, people were freaking out for a while. Some of the emails were like, please, you have to, you know. Like, man, if you just think about it, it's so easy. If you walk around a craft store, use your eyeballs, and chances are fabric paint, you know, so fabric, mesh is fabric, bing, you know, the light will go off. But now I've helped you. So that's it, guys. Dye up some mesh. I have a feeling we'll see a bunch of mesh companies now offering different dyes, more detailed, intricate dyes, and that's cool. If you aren't running a company and you're okay with giving credit, you know, post it up on Instagram and tag me. You know, I'd love to see what you came up with. If you find that 15 minutes is too long to spend dyeing a piece of mesh, teach your little sister how to do it, your little brother how to do it, give them $1 a piece or $2 a piece, sell it for 20, pay your tuition when you finally go to college. Cool. All right guys, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you want to see more, click the video that's playing in the upper right of this screen. Click subscribe, click like. Go check me out on Instagram, RedStarLax. And be excellent to each other.